Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Before we get into today's video content, I wanted to start off by giving a huge thank you to Ewin Racing. If you follow my Twitter or Instagram, you will have already seen this. You will know that they were kind enough to send me this new gaming chair. Now, I just want to be clear starting off that this is not a sponsored video. They are not paying me, but they did send me this gaming chair in hopes that I would do a review. So we're going to do a little bit of a discussion here about it. Again, those of you guys that have followed the channel for a while are aware that I have a variety of health issues, including a condition called endometriosis that I'm not going to get into too much detail about here, but suffice it to say, one of the consequences of this is I end up being in quite a bit of pain from sitting up in most chairs for too long. I get a huge amount of lower back pain, pelvic pain, it spreads into my abdominal area, and I end up, after not too long, having to get up and basically go lay down with a heating pad in order to prevent a tremendous amount of pain and spasming, and it's just all not good. And obviously, as a content creator, someone that needs to spend quite a lot of time sitting up in this basic position in front of a desk, whether it's for streaming or filming or the never-ending process of editing, that is a major hassle. It's not very convenient at all. So I've been actually looking into for quite some time, trying to get a new chair to see if I could find something that would make this process a little more comfortable and bearable for people like me with health issues who maybe a traditional office chair doesn't provide the kind of support that they need. And one area that I was looking into was gaming chairs. Gaming chairs, a lot of them tend to be fairly good in terms of lumbar support because they expect you to be sitting for a prolonged period of time, but I had to find one that would actually work for me, and in my quest so far that's been fairly difficult. So enter Ewin Racing, and they sent me this lovely chair. I'm gonna put some pictures up on the screen also when we're talking about this, so that you can see some of the other parts of the chair other than what's behind me here, because my camera doesn't move in such a way where it's easy to get down here and see the rest of it in action. But okay, so Ewin Racing, they reached out to me and asked me if I'd be interested in doing a review of one of their gaming chairs, and I jumped at the opportunity because, like I said, I've been looking for something that can help me. But one of the concerns that I usually have with gaming chairs is that even though I've found they have some good lumbar support a lot of the time, it doesn't fit me. Like, it is made for somebody considerably bigger than tiny, small, petite woman Molly. So they will have great lumbar support, but not for a petite woman looking for a chair. And this is where Ewin Racing, I feel like, really shines. So they asked me specifics about my measurements, my height and my weight, so that they could find the chair that was perfectly suited to me. And what they ended up doing was sending me one of their calling series chairs. So that's what we have here behind me. This is a calling series. If you go on their website, and I'll have a link in the description below, which actually also will include a discount for me if you include code MollyB. They have a number of different gaming chairs, and they're all designed to fit different body types. So some of them are designed for very small ladies like myself, and then you have others that are designed for a more average sized person, whether man or woman, and then you have the big and tall, very sturdy gaming chairs. So if you are a big guy that needs a lot more room to be comfortable and needs a lot of height, they have something to fit your needs too, which was the first thing that really impressed me when I got this. So they sent me their calling series. That's what I have here, and I will say right off the bat, this has proved to be perfect for what I was looking for in terms of height and lumbar support. If you could see, there's a picture on the screen I'm going to show. There's 2 little pillows, there's a neck pillow, and then there is the back pillow for the lumbar support. They're also adjustable, so you can move them around a little bit, and you can also take them off if you don't want to actually have them on for whatever reason you prefer not to. But for me, it hits right exactly in the perfect spot, which blew my mind because that was never been something I've experienced with a gaming chair so far. So a major plus there. And the lumbar support I'm experiencing right now is amazing. It's so much better than anything that I've experienced yet in an office chair. So I'm just thrilled to have this. On top of that though, another big thing for me, and I'm going to show you a picture of the chair that's kind of looking down onto the seat. Another big thing for me is the seat itself. So you can see that it's cushioned. It's very, very cushioned, but you can't tell that it's very comfortable, that it's a very strong padding. But in addition, the sides don't really flare up. A lot of gaming chairs, the sides flare up quite a bit, which can make it uncomfortable if you don't exactly specifically fit into that shape. And I personally like to kind of sit with one of my legs up, or sometimes cross-legged. Sometimes I'm doing things like this, you know. I'm at my desk for a long time, so I end up moving around a little bit. And most office chairs, gaming chairs, don't really make that comfortable, but this chair really is excellent for that. It also, you know, it has basic features that it can change the angle depending on what you want, you know. So if I want to sit up really straight to work on editing like this, I can. If I want to lay back a little bit, if I'm watching a movie or playing games, I can. You can also adjust the height, which is very nice, again, for short people like me, whose feet are usually dangling off the floor in gaming chairs. And then I'm going to put one other picture up. Excuse the cat, excuse Speck. This is, the chair is cat approved, in case you were wondering. But I wanted you to look at, you can see the bottom, the base of this with the wheels on it. So it is mobile, it's movable, which is nice, but it's also extremely sturdy, which hopefully you can kind of get a sense of from looking at this, which is another fantastic thing. The previous office chair that I had was actually a fairly expensive regular office chair, one considered to be good quality, and it was much more lightweight than this chair. This chair is heavy duty all the way, which I consider to be a good thing because I need to be able to be secure in place and not have to worry about things falling apart. So the last thing that I just want to comment on this quickly before we move on is the setup process. Now, I didn't take any footage of me setting this up because I did not set it up on my own. I'm going to tell you that right off the bat. But what I will say is that I feel that depending on your size and your comfort level with putting things together, I do think that you could feasibly put this together independently. Me, I could not. I would not have successfully been able to put this together on my own because I'm extremely small and I don't have a lot of upper body strength. And like I said, this is a heavy duty, which also means kind of heavy chair. So its pieces do require you to be able to lift a little bit at times. So if you're a petite, tiny person like me, you will want, or at least it will make it a lot easier, to have a second person helping you out with this process of putting the chair together. But it goes extremely quickly, whether you're one person or not. And like I said, if you're like a guy, a bigger guy, or somebody who just has a lot of upper body strength or is used to putting things together on your own, then you could easily put this together independently, and it only takes a few minutes. So excellent chair all the way around, super comfortable, nicely adjustable. They have different sizes depending on your particular needs, so I do highly recommend this chair. I wasn't sure what I was going to be getting. Like I said, most gaming chairs have not worked out that well for me, but this actually has been a perfect fit so far. So huge thank you to Ewin Racing. Please do check them out if you're interested in getting a high quality gaming chair. Like I said, there's a link down below, and if you put in the code MollyB, you will get a discount. So, alright, let's move on to the rest of today's video. Okay guys, so today I'm going to be checking out another artist that is new to me. This is someone who has come highly recommended by multiple people over the course of me doing music reactions on this channel, and his name is Teddy Swims. Okay, and the recommended video that you guys have been telling me to check out is his cover of I Can't Make You Love Me. Now, this song, there's a very famous rendition of this song by Bonnie Raitt, and many people consider it to be one of the saddest songs of all time. So, I don't know if you've ever heard it, but it definitely will cause some pain if you are experiencing any sort of heartache, or I guess, or have in the past. So just a warning going into this. I don't know what this rendition is going to be like, but the original song and the lyrics, a lot of people find it very sad. So if you're not in the mood to experience that today, I'm just giving you that heads up right now. But like I said, this comes extremely highly recommended, and looking at just like the thumbnail, he does not look like the person that you would expect to be doing a cover of this song. So I'm imagining that's probably part of the reason that people really wanted me to check this out. So I'm excited to hear what he does with it, and see what's going on here. Hope you guys are interested as well. So let's check it out together. Teddy Swims, I Can't Make You Love Me. Here we go. He's got some face tattoos. Man, I'm a tattoo girl myself, but I'm not that brave. I couldn't commit to a face tattoo.
Turn down the lights.
Okay.
Turn down the bed. Turn down these voices inside my head. Lay down with me. Tell me no lies. Just hold me close. Don't patronize. Don't patronize.
Woo! Okay, Teddy.
'Cause I can't make you love me if you don't. And you can't make your heart feel.
There's so much soul in his voice.
Here in the dark, in this final hour, I will lay down my heart, and I feel the power, but you won't.
God. He looks like he's feeling it too. It looks like he's feeling this song.
The love that you don't feel when you're holding me. Morning will come, and I'll do what's right. Just give me till then to give up.
The way he's got the little rasping, it's just so perfect.
I will give up this fight, 'cause I can't make you love me if you don't. And you can't make your heart feel something it won't. Here in the dark, and can't make you love me if you don't. And you can't make your heart feel something it won't. Here is our time in this final hour. I will lay down my heart, and I feel
Oh, it just looks like he's feeling it so much. Lady, love him. Love him.
'Cause I can't make you love me if you don't.
Oh.
There's sweat in my eyes. I'm not really crying. Looks like it though, don't it?
It did! It did look like he was. Oh my god, that's so funny that he said that because it did. It did. He might be lying. He might be lying because it seemed like he was getting like emotional throughout the course of that whole thing. Ah, okay. Can hardly tell. This is another one of those reaction videos where I'm listening to a musician that I've never checked out before, whose voice and rendition of a song just blows me away so much that most of it is not me even commenting or saying anything. It's just me and my facial expressions responding to what I'm seeing on screen and hearing. So, okay, let's start off right away. Obviously, like I said, looking at the thumbnail going into this, and then even at the very beginning, you know, just looking at him, that is certainly not the voice that you expect to come out of him, or the performance that you expect to get, which just goes to show that you should never have certain expectations of what someone can produce creatively just based on their appearance. But man, the face tattoos, they really don't lead you to think that that is what's coming next. But you know, you would be surprised though. I know a lot, like I said, I'm a tattoo girl, so I know a lot of people with quite a bit of tattoos, and you'd be surprised. There's a lot of stereotypes that go along with having a lot of tattoos, especially face tattoos. But, you know, most people that I know that are heavily tattooed are actually very kind and usually very sensitive individuals, so very creative people. Maybe that's just me. But anyway, okay, so his voice blew me away. Extraordinary voice. I want to go after listening to this and check out all the other things that he has done, whether it be cover songs or non-cover songs, because his voice is spectacular. His voice control seems spectacular. So when he was actually going throughout the course of singing the song, and this is not an easy song either by any means, and I almost feel as though he intentionally made it more difficult. He was doing things with his voice that you don't hear happening in the Bonnie Raitt version. And I know there's other covers of the song that I haven't really checked out, so it could be other people have done renditions more similar to his, but I just really have hers to compare and go on. And to me, this, I don't want to be blasphemous. I always do this, but I don't want to be blasphemous, but this rendition kind of gets me more than that one. I feel like this maybe is a better version. Sorry, I love Bonnie Raitt, I'm sorry. But there is just so much soul in his voice. Like one of the comments I did make throughout the course of the actual reaction was the way that he has the little like raspiness that he can bring out in certain places of the song on certain notes, and it seems just so perfect for the tone and the feeling that he seems to be going for, and he does such a great job with that. And the other thing that I wanted to comment on that was very much tied to what he was saying at the end, where he said, I'm sweating, it's sweat in my eyes, I'm not crying. It definitely really seemed like, based on like his facial expressions and I mean, you could just tie it into with the way his voice sounded, you get the impression that he's really feeling it, like he's putting himself into the material, which I always feel like some of the best artists are are very much doing a lot of the time. So if those were tears, Teddy, don't feel bad, please. We love that. We love that. At least I do. But the really impressive part for me is that, you know, watching him, from his facial expressions, it seems like he's really, really feeling it. But if you're actually watching like his breathing, his chest, you know, it doesn't actually seem, he almost makes it seem like it's effortless for him to sing this really difficult song. Like like these notes are just coming out of him with seeming no difficulty. The very projected and prolonged and beautiful notes. And you know, you can sometimes tell when an artist really has to struggle to get something out there, physically struggle, and it didn't seem that way to me. You could see it seemed like he's emotionally feeling it, while physically it's like, oh yeah, this is just nothing, which is so ridiculous and impressive to me. But I thought that was beautiful. I'm really glad that you guys recommended him, and like I said, I'm gonna have to check out more of his stuff going forward. So if you have recommendations for me for other songs of his that you would like me to listen to or react to, please do let me know in the comments. If you have just other suggestions in general for other groups or other songs, I'm always open to hear what you guys think, so leave those down in the comments as well. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you next time.